So, come to the end of my 4 years on Rafat. Done a lot of photo chasing, both with AS1 Abbey Drip, Corporal Phil Dye, and AS1 Ewan Lewis. And so I've gone through all the pictures that we've taken, and I've chosen 2 from each of you, which I thought stood out the best for me. So that's the first one. That was taken with Abby. This is on exercise Eastern Hawk. We'd done quite a long journey across Europe, and this was going into RF Akrotiri. As you can see, it's quite late in the day, and it's just something about the way it was captured. It's the colours, it's the silhouette of the jets. So that just really stands out for me. I like the colours, I like the oranges and the reds, and just the silhouette of the jets against the darker ground, but also against the lighter part of the sky. I just think it's really nice, and it's just I remember seeing it in my eye, thinking that's just a really nice shot, and I think Abby's caught it quite well. So that's shot 1. What do you think?
Yeah, because sometimes they say like the camera doesn't do it justice when you're telling people a story of an event or a scene, but you say that is how you pictured it, how you saw it.
Exactly how I saw it in my eye, and the fact that the way it was caught, because I know obviously sometimes the camera sees things, like you say, a little bit different. Sometimes it can make the colours a little bit brighter or a little bit duller, a little bit more meek, but that's exactly how I saw it in my eye. And the fact that it represents exactly what my eyes saw, and at that moment I remember it just going, oh, this is just amazing flying of where we were at the time of the day. And I think Abby's caught it perfectly.
So even though we've done a lot of photo chasing over the years, like adrenaline, high impact stuff, sometimes your favourite photographs are these more serene pictures. When we're flying around the sky and just in these beautiful backdrops. Time
of the day, Ewan and I did some flying yesterday, and it's a bit like yesterday. That environment yesterday was just calm, quiet,
perfect,
good light and everything. So it's just that really stood out for me. A second shot, Phil, if you want to bring this one out. Again with Abby, again on Eastern Hawk. The perspective from my eye was like, obviously the A380 is huge, it's massive. So I thought we were really close in my eye, but then when the picture was taken, actually it looks as though we're miles away. And we're not actually that far away. Obviously a Hawk is very small compared to an Airbus A380, but the fact that we got the red smoke to represent Emirates, that huge aeroplane, I've never seen an aeroplane so big in my life until we were up a lot. I've never seen one in real life until we were alongside it, flying alongside it, and then we saw it, and then we came alongside it, and I said I thought we were close enough, but Abby did say to me at that point we need to step out a little bit because the aircraft is so big, and I was like, oh, I don't want to be too far out because you're not going to capture it, but it was real. And then obviously you're trying to capture that big aeroplane, all the little aeroplanes and the red arrows, and that huge massive building in the background. So
did you listen to her then?
I did. I moved out, and I was like, I don't want to move out. But she's like, no, you're going to have to move out because I can't get it all in. And we did move out, and we got that shot. And I just think because Dubai and the red smoke and this aircraft, which is obviously one of the biggest the biggest passenger aircraft in the world, for me, it just stands out really well. And it captured a moment in time where I was like, and I remember it going, oh my God, that A380 is absolutely massive, and it makes the Hawk look so tiny.
Yeah, how many times did you do that flight pass? Was it just the one?
Just the once.
So only the one, not two.
We joined up with it quite not far from Abu Dhabi. We then flew over a golf tournament in formation, and then we came around Dubai, and then we came around, captured the Burj with us all in a bank, and then he's starting to roll out here to go out over the coast.
Just instantly recognisable as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
That backdrop. Yeah. Which looks good.
Right, let's go on to Phil's year. So let's talk about this one.
2 years.
2 years, yeah. So, what do you think about that one, Ewan? I'll give you why I chose it.
Is it because it's of you, sir?
I mean, it's good to get your face in it, right? You know what I mean? So,
pilot. It's a pretty good shot, but then if you look at it more, you can actually see a really good reflection in your visor as well. So you can obviously see the jets which you're chasing, and obviously it shows that what you spend a lot of your time doing when formation flying is looking to the left and looking to the right. So yeah, it definitely tells a story.
Yeah, and obviously I'll let Phil talk about it. It's his image. The reason I like it is exactly that. It's the capture of the rest of the jets in the visor, but it also shows me at work. and it shows what we're doing. And it's very rare you get a picture of yourself in the cockpit. I can't fly in selfie. I've got to fly, and and your pictures are always of the other jets. And so I just thought this was a really unique capture of me looking out with my visor and with all the jets caught, and obviously as well you can actually see it's me because it's got my name on my visor, so I'm actually instantly recognisable. And yeah, I guess yeah, I did choose that one because it's of me. But I also like the fact that it's reflected in the visor.
This was our first year.
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah. 2 years ago.
Yeah, I wanted to approach you on this. I don't know if this was our return transit from Spring Hall.
I can't remember.
But I remember I had flown with you a couple of weeks before then, and I wanted to try it, but we were still getting our kind of like partnership together, and what I could ask or request from you. And then when I felt comfortable enough, I knew I had this shot in my mind because I'd won a photographic comp with a pilot on a 100 Squadron, the wing commander back then. So I wanted to recreate that. I know it was a particularly bright day. We did try it with your visor up, if I'm not mistaken. It didn't quite come out. I think what helps, Owen's already pointed out, the reflection gives it a bit of depth to the photograph. Obviously, I think I kept asking you, didn't I? We took it and then you went back to obviously concentrate on flying, which is important. And I said, sir, can we just try that one more time? And you were really trying to, well, we coined the phrase owl, didn't we?
Yeah,
owling
around. Trying to get my head
around. And making sure you were not going into the other jets. But I'm glad you like that. I'm honoured that you picked one of them out of your 6.
Well, that is a good shot, isn't it?
Right, so why that one? So this is it was on the SPAG, the Spaghetti Break into Blackpool. It was one of the first ones where they started using the coloured smoke. So it was the what did they call it? The anniversary spaghetti break. So it was one of the first ones to use the coloured smoke. And I think for me, it's the fact that the diamond works, the coloured smoke, but it's the 3 different landscapes. So it's the houses, the beach, and the sea, and we've got the whole trail over the top.
I don't know when you're looking at composing images and then in post-prod, if you're looking at, I know the horizon's up here somewhere in my mind, so I will have it to the top of the frame. Yeah. Are you similar?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you want it to look as dynamic as possible as well, don't you?
Yeah.
So that can influence yourself.
When we chase it up, I know we come alongside, but my favourite's when eventually we go in right up.
And funny you should say that.
When you're weightless at the top of the
apex. Funny you should say that, because if we move on to Ewan's picture, that absolutely does exactly what you just said on this tin. So this wasn't a break. This is actually as part of the display in Springhawk this year, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. So this is when they come up and they do the swan loop into shuttle. And as we came up, we came alongside the jets, and then I really I really came underneath it. And I remember at one point thinking, I'm pretty close here. But I knew straight away we captured it because I could see it in my, again, it's one of those things I could see it in my eye, and I'm like, I just hope Ewan's got it because I could see it. And then when it came out like that. And it just looks, because we are so right underneath the display, and you get the symmetry of the formation, and you get the trail of the smoke.
And we mentioned owl neck as well earlier, so literally to be able to get that shot.
You're right, actually. I remember going underneath it, and I was like, I'm sorry, because I knew I'd come so underneath it that he's going to be able to look him right over his shoulder. And I was like, I'm sorry. But then he's like, yeah, I think I got it. And then, actually, if you look at the GoPro footage, which I know isn't as great as good as imagery as this, the GoPro footage is just phenomenal.
I haven't seen it.
It is awesome. So that, you talk about, those breaks being right underneath, and the same thing when they go over the top, and then we just go over the top and float it, and I start to push the aircraft away to create the space for when they disappear, and then I roll it off. You just go a little bit weightless. Everything goes quiet. I bring the throttle back because I'm trying not to surge the engine, just letting it go, and then they just disappear.
2-3 seconds?
2-3 seconds of weightlessness.
You're also trying to get rid of the NDC as well, which obviously in the canopies, you're obviously working out that as well. But yeah, that was, as soon as we performed that, I thought we were close, and I think we definitely got the shot.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, so that I think that's a really epic, it's a really dynamic shot. Finally, is the last one, which again was taken this year. Why do you think I chose that one, Ewan?
I mean, it's pretty iconic, isn't it? I mean, the Colosseum. This was the first time we flew over Rome.
It was, yeah. Yeah, the Reds had never flown over Rome before. Rome is one of my favourite cities in the world. Rome, New York, there's a couple of them. I've been to the Colosseum. It's a phenomenal place.
Big fan of the movie Gladiator.
I love Roman history. When I went to the Colosseum a couple of years ago, I was just fascinated by the place. And then to be able to capture the Reds over the Colosseum, and it's really hard to try and pull it out of the cityscape, and I wasn't really sure. And as we were coming closer, I was just like, I hope they keep the smoke on, which they did. And as we went over the top, and I just knew because it's us, because you're trying to get that position about whether it's us and the target and them, or whether it's us, them and the target, and we did it this way around. Again, it's one of those things I see in my eye, and I'm like, I hope he's caught that, because I could just see what's going on. And when that came out, like one of the most iconic places in the world, one that I've been to on the ground, one that is just steeped in so much history, and history that I absolutely love, with the red arrows over the top, that just speaks volumes to me. And there's no mistaking anywhere in the world where that is. You can give that to anyone in the world and go, where's that? And they'll say that's the Colosseum in Rome. And that's the red arrows over it for the first time.
Is it one of the seven wonders?
I'm not sure actually.
Modern wonder?
I don't know.
But it's certainly iconic.
But it's iconic. And we've done some iconic ones, we've done Burj Al Khalifa, we've done Rome Colosseum. What else have we done? Pyramids.
Niagara Falls.
We've done all them. And Niagara Falls was some great pictures from you and I when we were on the Canadian tour. But that for me, because of my love for Roman history, that is just, it just stands out for me.
So you're going to miss the photo chasing, then? That aspect of it?
Yeah. For me, it's not the photo chasing in terms of just moving the jet and everywhere. It's the results afterwards. For me, and I've always said this to you, I say it to anyone, that the reason for a photo chase is to be able to capture an image which the public don't see. From a perspective or a point of view that the public don't see.
Yeah, I think as photographers, we want to capture something that's either not been done, or if it has been done, we want to do it better. Have you found it useful having decent operators sat in the back giving you some guidance? Because obviously you led on to that earlier, that what you see might not necessarily be what we're so do you rely on us to be able to say, actually, like Abby said to you that time, we're too close?
Yeah,
and take that on.
Ewan did that only a couple of weeks ago when we were flying on the way back we were going out to Malta, we did Montenegro and stuff like that, And I know you've done it, you're like, can you come out of it, can you go forward a bit, can you go up a bit, can you get it down a bit? And ultimately my eye sees what it sees. You're 6 to 5 feet behind me. I might have put the wing in the wrong place, or you might be trying to cap the imagery. So it is essential for you to turn around and say, down a bit, up a bit. And I've both said to you, just drive me around the sky.
Yeah.
Just tell me where you need me to be, and I'll put myself in the right place.
I mean, you're also looking at the sun as well. Obviously, we'll say which side the sun is.
Yeah.
Let's get to the other side of the formation. Sometimes last minute notice.
So when you're photo chasing a display, the planning is essential, because it's my responsibility for collision avoidance on the rest of the team. They can't be put off by me. So I have to get myself into the right place without causing them a distraction, and I own that we don't hit them. So I have to be in the right place. So I have to go, I sit down and go, right, what image are we going to do? Where are we going to go with Enid in the second half? We're going to go with Hannah in the second half. It's very easy to stick with Enid because they're very predictable. It's very hard with Hannah because now you've got 4 aircraft that are split four ways to the wind, and I don't know where they all are. Well, I do know where they all are, but it's spotting them all.
And then chasing them.
And then chasing them down, because they're usually going like max chat, full throttle. I'm trying to chase them down.
So we.
The plan is essential to get the shot that we want. And if we don't get it, we don't get it. We just go, it didn't work that time. Let's go and try. Like the goose, trying to chase the goose this year. I kept on getting the timing wrong. Was that right?
Didn't quite get it.
No, we weren't along Enid. We were trying to chase 9.
Also, going
along with 9
Yeah.
and going up with him. But
it's arguably the fastest part of the show, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, the speed he's coming in.
What was the limitation?
It was just the timing. By the time he comes off the Hannah pass, then turns and goes round, I had to position myself. But I'm not trying to get ahead of it. So then he's got a maximum amount of speed coming into it, and I'm not, and I'm full throttles going up, and I'm trying to catch it, and we were always generally behind it. Just a little bit long on him. We never really got what I wanted to capture. but you try. It's great. It's a great part of the job, and yeah, I'll miss it. But
such a unique role, isn't it?
And it's good because yes, and I've captured those images. We've done the birds, we've done Rome, and fortunate enough to be in the fly past over the pyramids, places Montenegro. Never going to see that, from the air again, not from that perspective. Yes, it's a very unique part of the job, and it's one that you'll never ever be able to replicate anywhere else in the RAF. Being able to photo chase a display and get images like we've got, I feel very, very privileged and honoured to capture them and work with you two and Abby to get those images. So
yes,
it's been a great experience.
Absolutely. Any obviously you spoke about the photographs. Any like funny cockpit moments in or around?
I think there's two that involve you. So Phil, I remember we hadn't photo chased for like a year or something.
It'd been a good part.
Yeah, and then we just went up and I just
was it the nap photo chase?
It might have been, yeah. And I said, I think we're going to take it easy, and we came down, and you were green to the gills.
You had to pull me out of that cockpit.
You were sick as a dog.
Grade 6 had to peel me out.
So I thought that was quite funny. And then with Ewan, probably when we first started the photo chasing, and again he was a little bit sick. And it's not. And I know it's like my aim is not to make you sick, but sometimes I get carried away and forget you're there.
I mean, it's that thing as well of being in the back seat. It's almost like you're in the car and you're looking on your phone and you start feeling dizzy afterwards. Obviously, you're doing it inverted, very fast, and looking at the back of the camera screen.
And I always try and give you a heads up. I'm like, I'm coming left, I'm coming right, but sometimes I forget. But no, yeah. And we've always had good banter, and we've always got good laughs and jokes in the cockpit, and it's always been a pleasure to fly with you both.
Cheers, thank you. It's been a fantastic opportunity and privilege to fly around in the back of your jet, and for putting us in some fantastic positions to capture some remarkable backdrops and landmarks and some iconic imagery I know I will look back on in years and years to come, and I'll be showing off to friends, family and my grandkids for many years.
That's your time on the Reds complete. It's your time as Circus 10 complete. It's my time on the Reds complete. But of course the Red Arrows will continue producing amazing images both on the ground and on the air. So keep following the Red Arrows, keep looking on social media, pick up those videos, pick up those pictures, and keep supporting the team in everything that they do. But from Phil, Ewan and I, thanks for all your support, and we'll see you around hopefully in the future.